Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mayfly Disc Golf. My name is Andrew. I'm here with Mr. Taylor Heilman.
Hey, guys.
Doing back nine coverage here at Eldon Lyon Park.
Straight into it. Very windy day. We got hole 10, par 3, 193 feet. Short hole. You do have a little hazard tree right in the middle, right in front of the basket. You know, you're really looking just to sneak by it there.
Yeah, I think, for the common player, you kind of want to do kind of throw an overstable disc, throw a big backhand hyzer, and just let it finish off to that tree. But in the Oklahoma wind, sometimes that can be your downfall.
Get some carry there. You got Randy big arming it past the basket. Nice little buzz shot. Just trying to sneak in. You know, it's only 200 feet. Try to keep that in my head the whole time.
Yeah, I definitely don't have to throw that, big 300 arm.
Absolutely. Randy with a nice layup. That one just snuck in. Nice little hopper off the basket.
Yeah.
Got lucky with that one. Threw it low for the wind kind of pushed. You can see that tree in the background just wobbling.
Yeah, what I was talking with Randy about here in the front nine was that, these baskets just notoriously don't want to catch discs. Just makes putting very difficult.
Absolutely. They're not disc catchers at all. We got hole 11 here, par 3, 418 feet. A huge dogleg left. Of course, with the tailwind coming straight at our backs. Really just trying to get out there, get past the Mando, which I believe is the third tree. And set yourself up for a nice second shot.
Great first shot from Randy there. Just let that get a little bit of skip there, get out into the fairway.
Go on with your day, absolutely. Here I got my Captain's Raptor, most overstable disc I have. Like I said, just trying to push it out there.
And that's really the most ideal throw you can have right there. Well, at least they're not hitting discs, right? So I know Randy's ranging this right now, but about how far are you from the basket by the time you hit this corner here?
I want to say from where he's at right there, you said it was like 210, somewhere in there. Getting there, you got a big left to right wind, so really holding his disc up. But he had a great little bit there. Maybe a little bit more ground play would have made him happy.
Yeah.
And it's about the same shot. I go with my putter here, the zone, of course, a putt and approach disc. Really just trying to get it close. With that left to right wind, just threw it straight to the ground, left me about 60 short.
Yeah, it really seemed like that zone seemed to just kind of drop right out of the air. I was kind of surprised. Great bid on your behalf.
Feels a little short there. Probably just trying to get in range. We've been working on those 50 to 60 foot putts. We spent some time today doing that. And, I think we're making progress. It's tough.
Yeah. Those 50, 60 footers are really difficult in that Oklahoma wind.
Absolutely. Pushing up and down and then getting enough spin on your disc. That's the hardest thing. And maybe with a nice little tap in with the 6 time. Calling Beth's Luna. 5 time. All right, moving into hole 12, par 3, 329 feet. Nice open shot, very flat. I believe at this hole we had good little headwind going towards us. Really just trying to get as close to the basket as you can.
Yeah, and I love this hole because of how open it is. It gives you the ability to kind of really practice those 300-foot drives and test, different throws, whether you're trying to work on your Anheuser backhands, your forehands. It just gives you the option to work on any of those shots.
Absolutely. And whatever shot Randy was working on there, he made it work. It's a beautiful shot out of him. Probably one of the best of the day.
And what disc are you throwing here?
I'm throwing a Prodigy D1. I know, don't cancel me, but been in my bag and I've enjoyed it.
Great little Anheuser there.
Yeah, got a nice little anti-skip out of it to get some more distance. Always makes your day.
Looking at your form here, just to kind of slow everything down, the thing that I appreciate most about your form is how much you lean forward into your X step. Just gives you that extra maybe 30, 40 feet of distance and a little bit of power, tucking in that shoulder, just letting that disc ride.
Let the disc work, let it cook. Here with about another 50, 60 foot putt. Just left.
Yeah, just another good bid, and that's tough.
Yeah, it may go in, it may not.
So this looks to be like Randy's compass. He said he's been putting with a compass for more of his distance.
Yeah, he definitely gets enough spin on it, and you can get that thing to float a little bit longer than his zone, which is more stable and slower.
A nice little par throw in there.
Oh yeah, he's very happy about it, as you can tell. He wanted that birdie.
Yeah, don't we all?
Tap in, and happy to see another day on that hole. Nothing's worse than birdieing something or bogeying something that you shouldn't. Here we go. Par 3, hole 13, 330 feet. Like you said, no OB signs anywhere, but we always play the road as OB, but a nice open shot, forehand, backhand, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I know for backhand players, this hole's a little bit difficult because those trees, if you throw it just wide enough, those tree limbs kind of catch you and kind of put you out of position or push you to the out of bounds.
Absolutely. You can drop short and it turns into a long hole real quick.
Yeah.
Luckily,
I know in past experience, on this hole at least, most of the time I was playing a forehand and it seemed to just push a little bit closer to that basket, but
absolutely. I was telling Randy going into this hole, you're playing downhill, which is nice, probably 10, 15 feet downhill. Gives you a little bit more wiggle room with your drives. If you're going understable, you don't have to worry about it turning as much. If you're going stable, you got more room to play.
Yeah.
That
was a nice clean approach there. Nothing fancy, just a simple hyzer. Let the disc hit the ground and put you within range.
More of the same there, trying to give it a little soft bid.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Starting off this back nine, almost every single, hole you've been at, you've been within that 60-foot range of just getting it in the basket. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, we've worked a lot. This is probably my 4th time playing Eldon, and it's quickly become one of my favorites, and turning those 50s and 60s into 30 and shorter. That's the name of the game, trying to get those birdies when you can.
Definitely.
Got hole 14 right here, 434 feet, par 3. Another nice flat shot, great for right-hand hyzers. You do have some forehand room there as well.
Yeah, I know on this hole, you're just looking for that big 400-foot bomb.
Randy gets every bit of it out of this disc right here. Coming back straight at the basket. I mean, that was the drive of the day for Randy May right there.
And if I remember correctly, I think that was his Hades, wasn't it?
It was his favorite disc. He's got 3 of them, I believe.
Between that and the wave, that's probably his whole bag.
Yeah.
And that's a great drive off the tee there for you as well. Got a little bit more skip than I think Randy did, but I mean, still, again, within that, good approach range.
Absolutely. And you can see us side by side right there. Randy getting everything out of that disc he could. Not his favorite shot of the day right there. That one hurt him.
Yeah, that always hurts. Is you get a great drive and then your approach just falls a little bit shorter than what you want.
He went from on top of the world 310-foot throw to just leaving a little bit out there.
Yeah.
And me right there with a little bit of a zone flick, just trying to get close again. Randy watching the grass fly.
I as I've been playing more and more and playing with friends and playing with beginners and people getting into disc golf and getting into the sport, and I always tell people, grab a small patch of grass, check your wind, check which way it's pushing, because that wind really can. And maybe this was just from growing up in Oklahoma, but learning how wind works and how it affects your disc it just makes a world's difference when it comes to your drives, come to your approaches, and even your putts.
Absolutely. And I mean, Oklahoma's taught me more about it than anywhere else, but the wind matters, and what you throw in the wind matters even more.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more.
Beautiful scan of the park here, Eldon Lyon. And here we got hole 15. It's a par 3, 347 feet. Straight down the pipe again, wide open. I believe at this point we're playing with a little bit of a headwind again. Just everything's open for you at this point, whatever you want to throw.
Yeah. And again, in my experience on this hole, I've always felt like it's played a lot longer than 347 feet. Felt more like you were having to throw an extra 20 or 30. I don't know if it's maybe there's a bit of a slight uphill, that gradual uphill that you're just not feeling, but this hole's always felt a little bit longer than what the
absolutely
U-disc reads.
And throw in the hole. I mean, my shot looked fantastic, and I was thinking, man, I'm circle 1. This is going to be great. And walking up to the disc and seeing I'm short, I'm like, man, played so long.
And that's interesting because Randy, I mean, he seems like he was maybe 80 or 90 feet from the basket.
Down but not out. He's always consistent. His layups are on point. From playing with him, he's not going to miss the opportunity to get up there and get close to the basket.
Yeah, I got to say, I mean, Randy's one of the most consistent approach throwers that I've played with.
Oh, me too. And I've played with a ton of people, and nobody can look at his shot right there. That's 120 feet out. We're just going to ignore all the missed putts that you're going to be watching. And I'm just going to keep talking.
Like I said, you just got to blame it on the basket. I mean, those baskets just notoriously, they don't want to catch your disc. They just want to make it as hard for you as possible.
It always helps if you hit the basket. It's something I've been struggling with. And Randy here showing off a little bit, getting his marker out.
Oh gosh. There you go.
He's pumped up going to this next hole. Killing that approach.
Yeah.
All right, hole 16, par 3, 404 feet. My favorite hole in the course. It's downhill. You got tunnels right through those 2 trees, no mandos. It feels open, but it feels so tight at the same time. Whatever you want to throw, it just feels it's impossible to get through at times. Definitely with the headwind.
Yeah. Yeah, I always felt like this, this hole is it's a favorite of mine as well. I've always liked the, playing a little bit more of that Anheuser throw, and I feel like it is this deceptively more difficult than what it actually looks like, because for most backhand players, you're thinking it's just a normal straight throw, but as soon as you throw it straight, you end up hitting one of those trees there off to the right.
Yep, Randy showing off some muscle here, going to hyzer bomb around the trees, crushing it to get to the other side, staying in bounds. He wasn't happy at the moment, but as we were walking to the disc, he's like, this will work.
Yeah. And that's all you can hope for. I mean, if you're throwing that big hyzer bomb and you're not getting it over the trees, you're just hoping that you're within that, within approach range, not having to throw a second drive.
Yep, and of course, consistent Randy right next to the basket. You can just watch me throw in from long.
Again, great bid. I mean, obviously a little bit short, but still.
Keep your eye on the basket. That's what I'm aiming for. Boom, Randy with the compass. Just knocks it in inside, 10, 15 feet. I've not seen Randy miss in my 2 years with him, so.
And those are both great pars for both of you.
I was very happy, walking it off there.
It's all you can hope for is that you just throw some good shots,
Absolutely. Got hole 17, par 3, 184 feet. Safe shots up the middle. You do have some guardian trees, but really just trying to land right in that circle. Set yourself with the easy putt.
Now, is that a PA3 that you're throwing there?
It is. It's a nice little safe shot trying to land in that circle. Probably should have went PA1, but just wanted to be safe.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, putting a little bit of height and throwing it on that Anheuser, letting it kind of slowly fade back to the hyzer, I think that's a great play.
Absolutely. Randy May pulling out the Undertaker. Trying to get the hyzer back. Yeah. He came back hard with vengeance. It still looks like a one though.
And what kind of wind were you fighting with on this hole?
Really not much on this hole. The trees kind of blocked it for the most part, and we weren't fighting it too much on this hole.
Yeah. With as much as that Undertaker faded, I'm surprised that there wasn't any wind that you guys were fighting with.
It's just a stable disc, going to throw it on the hyzer.
Great spin putt there. I mean, that was just beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice when you don't have to contend with the wind. And Randy here going to tap in for his par. We're coming up on the 18th hole here. Man, this hole again, another hole that just feels tight, 312 feet. The basket's on the right side. Backhand's tough. You got to go ante all the way. Forehand opens up a little bit, but that second tree, I've hit it multiple times. So here I'm throwing a wave, the Randy May special.
Randy May special.
Not my favorite shot, not good form, but you got out there, and that's all I was asking for.
Yeah. Now tell me about what happened there. So did you just throw it low and it didn't get enough time to flip?
Yeah,
back?
I was really looking for a hyzer flip. We had a decent headwind at that point. As you can see, his wave flips up beautifully. But really just trying to keep it in the fairway, safe, controlled. If it flipped, I'm in a great spot. If it doesn't flip, I'm still past those trees, can set up for an easy par. But I threw it low and didn't put any juice on it. Ended up very short as we look at this beautiful tree on the fairway there.
Yeah. All right. And what kind of distance are we looking at from your approach?
This is probably closer to 60, 70 foot. Going zone. Didn't give it my best bid, but just want to get up there in the circle more than anything. wrap up the day on a par and go home to the next course.
Yeah, absolutely. And Randy looks to be about the same distance. Is that right?
Correct.
Wow, that's a kind of a rough anti-skip that he got there on his approach.
Rough skip, and that compass did not want to settle down and just made the shot a little bit longer. And that was the baskets, 1,000%. You know, that was dead center. You know,
It
the
really
camera's off to
was.
the left there.
I mean, you even got center mass. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is. It's just those baskets that weak chains.
Oh
What
gosh.
we got here?
Showing
There's
off his
Randy's-
1992 latitude 64 compass. Might have found it in a used bin. He might have found it on the course. We still don't know.
I will say it's probably got one of the most interesting stamps I've ever seen on the disc.
It's very interesting when you look at it. It's hobbitish. I guess is it hobbit, you know, theme.
Yeah.
As Randy taps in there. And the mini to top it off. You know, we thought about deducting a couple points from the score for that.
Randy crushed it. Great layups. Probably finished +1 or 2. Haven't checked the scores yet.
They're not going to be good.
But overall, windy day. But we pushed through. I don't know if the camera's going to show how much wind we played through, but man, it was tough every hole. Different direction.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us here at Eldon Lyon Park. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure and like and subscribe. Big thank you to Mr. Taylor Heilman for showing up and doing some commentary with us.